China is known worldwide as the largest exporter of heavy equipment, and among its wide range of products, excavators stand out as some of the most sought-after machines on the global market. These machines are favored for their affordability and reliable performance, making them indispensable for construction projects, mining operations, and infrastructure development across continents. However, shipping an excavator from China is far more complicated than simply booking a package shipment. Because of their size, weight, and special handling requirements, transporting excavators internationally presents a unique set of challenges that can impact cost, timing, and logistics. When planning to ship an excavator from China, it is crucial to understand the various shipping options available. One common approach is to use a full container load or FCL, which means renting an entire shipping container exclusively for your excavator. This method offers several advantages, such as minimizing the amount of handling the machine undergoes during transit, reducing the risk of damage, and usually shortening transit time compared to other options. However, it is important to note that full container shipping tends to be more expensive because you pay for the entire container regardless of how much space your excavator actually occupies. For excavators that do not require full container or when cost saving is a priority, roll-on-roll-off shipping, commonly referred to as roll-roll, is a popular alternative. This method involves driving or rolling the excavator directly onto the ship via ramps. Roll-roll vessels are designed to carry wheeled and tracked vehicles, making them ideal for heavy machinery. While this method is generally less expensive than full container shipping, it does expose your excavator to weather conditions during the voyage, so adequate insurance and protective measures should be considered. Sometimes an excavator might be too large in terms of height or width to fit inside a standard shipping container. In such cases, flat rack containers or open-top containers offer a practical solution. Flat rack containers are like platforms with no sides or roof, allowing oversized equipment to be securely fastened for transport. Open-top containers have walls but no roof, which accommodates tall machines while offering some weather protection. These specialized containers, however, come with higher fees due to their limited availability and the extra care needed for handling and securing the cargo. When it comes to cost, shipping charges typically fall into two broad categories: equipment rates and freight rates. Equipment rates refer to the charges associated with the physical characteristics of your excavator. These fees might be calculated based on the machine's weight, its size, or a flat rate assigned to a particular piece of equipment. Weight-based charges mean that heavier machines will cost more to ship, while size-based fees take into account length, width, and height, with oversized equipment naturally attracting higher costs. Flat rates are fixed prices applied regardless of size or weight, but they are less common for specialized heavy equipment like excavators. Freight rates, on the other hand, cover the actual transportation process. These rates include loading and unloading fees at the ports, fuel surcharges, port handling charges, and costs associated with customs clearance and documentation. It is important to understand that freight rates fluctuate over time due to factors like fuel price changes, seasonal demand, and port congestion. Therefore, what you pay today might differ significantly from the cost a few months later. Several critical factors affect the total cost of shipping an excavator. First, the size and weight of your excavator play a major role. Compact or mini excavators weigh less and occupy less space, which usually translates to lower shipping costs. In contrast, larger crawler excavators that can weigh tens of tons require special accommodations and naturally incur higher fees. The shipping distance also matters greatly. Transporting your excavator from China to the west coast of the United States might cost between $2,500 and $4,000 for a standard 40-foot container. but shipping to the East Coast is more expensive due to longer transit times and more complex handling. Expect prices in the range of $3,000 to $4,500. Another major expense to consider is customs duties and taxes, which vary from country to country. Some nations impose excise duties on imported heavy equipment, ranging from 3% to 25% of the declared value. Ignoring or underestimating these charges can lead to unexpected costs and shipment delays. So researching your destination as import regulations thoroughly is essential. You can often use customs code lookup tools to determine applicable taxes before shipping. Insurance costs are another factor that can significantly impact your budget. Typically, insurance fees for international shipments range between 1 and 3% of the excavator's declared value. For instance, if your excavator is valued at $100,000, insurance might cost between $1,000 and $3,000. This expense might seem high but is generally well worth it to protect against damage, theft, or loss during transit. The choice of shipping method also directly influences the final cost. Full container loads usually offer better protection but at a higher price, whereas Ro-Ro is a more economical option but involves more exposure to the elements. Specialized containers like flat racks and open tops increase the cost because of their limited supply and the specialized handling they require. Additionally, port charges and handling fees add another layer of cost, often varying depending on the port's infrastructure, congestion, and local policies. This can include terminal handling charges, storage fees if your cargo remains at the port beyond the free period, and customs clearance fees. Seasonal fluctuations and market conditions also affect shipping costs. During peak seasons, such as before major holidays, the construction boom's demand for container space rises, pushing prices higher. Fuel costs and geopolitical events can also cause sudden spikes in freight rates. Planning your shipment during off-peak times or locking in contracts early can sometimes help you secure better rates. To put all this into perspective, a realistic estimate for shipping a 40-foot container with an excavator from China to the U.S. West Coast typically ranges from $2,500 to $4,000. Shipping to the East Coast can add several hundred to over $1,000 more. Choosing flat rack or open top containers instead of a standard container can add an extra $2,000 to $3,000. If you opt for Ro-Ro, you may save roughly 30% compared to full container shipping, but you should weigh that saving against the risk of exposure and potentially higher insurance premiums. If you want to reduce shipping costs, here are some useful tips. Always request multiple quotes from different freight forwarders and shipping companies to compare prices and services. Make sure your excavator is prepared and packaged properly to avoid extra fees for oversized or overweight cargo. When possible, consolidate your shipment with other equipment or goods to share container space and reduce cost per unit. Don't hesitate to negotiate with your freight forwarder. Establishing a strong business relationship can sometimes lead to discounts or waived fees. Lastly, avoid last-minute bookings and try to schedule shipments well ahead of peak seasons to lock in more favorable rates. In conclusion, shipping an excavator from China requires careful planning and a clear understanding of the many factors that influence cost. From choosing the right shipping method to calculating duties, insurance, and other fees, every step has its own impact on your final budget. By being well-informed and proactive, you can avoid costly mistakes, ensure smooth delivery, and keep your project on track. If this detailed guide helped you understand the complexities of shipping excavators, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more logistics and freight forwarding insights, and leave your questions or experiences in the comments below. Your engagement not only supports the channel but also helps create a community of informed shippers and industry professionals. Thanks for watching.